All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Open Road Podcast. Today's guest is Johnathon Myers. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Okay. Living the dream.
That's good. For those that don't know Johnathon is like my brother-in-law, right? Because he's dating or the significant other of my cousin, who is like a sister to me, right? So kind of makes you a brother-in-law. So appreciate you taking the time to come out. We've been trying to do this.
Appreciate you having me.
Gotcha, brother.
Of course.
Shit. What the fuck happened? Anyways, all right. If we burn down here, it's all right. So yeah, we've been trying to put this one together for a while too. You know, I took a little time off and shit, you know, and had to fix some shit that was going on in my life, right? But you know, we all got that stuff we got to fix sometimes. But what's going on with you, brother? Like, what's going on in your world, dude?
Nothing much, man. Just working. Took a new job offer.
No shit. Back. So you switched?
Yeah, kind of.
Gotcha. Same company?
Same company.
Yeah, okay.
I went from working just purely on diesel engines to now doing electrical as well.
Gotcha.
So, and not only diesels, just working on cranes, the wire ropes, the gearboxes, brakes, hydraulics, all that stuff.
So you're a diesel mechanic by trade?
No, crane mechanic by trade.
Oh.
I learned the diesel, and then I also learned the electrical as well. I'm learning the electrical now. I learned the diesel about 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
I started learning 5 years ago.
And you're a welder as well?
And I'm certified welder, yes.
God damn, brother. Shit. That's no wonder they call you King John, baby. Jay, baby. Shit. Jay, baby.
Yeah, I started welding when I was like 17, 18 years old in high school.
Did you go to school for it or what?
I went to College of the Mainland, which is a community college right there in Texas City. That's where I learned how to stick weld and like the basics, right?
Gotcha, bro.
And then when I got out of high school, I dropped out of high school, right? And I was
good on you. Anybody out there fucking watching? You know, that people can't make it when they drop
out. It's well known.
Nah, man, like it's not for everybody, dude. I believe that, man. Like,
well, I was also going through some shit that I was hanging out with some people that I shouldn't have been hanging out with, doing some shit that I shouldn't have been doing. Right. You know, partying too much, skipping school every day, damn near.
Right.
You know, and it got to the point to where it was either flunk out of high school or go make money and work.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's what I chose. I chose to go work, make money. You know, so
blue collar.
Yeah. Well, actually, my first job out of high school, I worked for a detail shop. I used to detail cars, and did that for a while. And then the dude that ran the detail company, he ran the entire company. He detailed cars and he detailed private jets for private clients. So we'd have to go to Intercontinental every once in a while and detail jets and stuff like that, and then detail cars. Well, then I was still hanging out with the same people, still doing the same bad shit.
Right.
Drugs, dealing drugs a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Not too much, but a little bit.
Fucking El Chapo Jr. over here and shit.
Oh, shit. No. Nothing compared to that. But that's when I made the decision to go to the military.
Gotcha. Yeah. You did time in the Army, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I joined the infantry in 2006.
Hoorah. Or as you guys would say, hoorah. Is that how it goes?
Hooah.
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 Hooah, motherfuckers.
Arm is hooah.
Hooah. Good stuff. So what year did you join?
2006.
2006. Okay. 6. And you did what? 4 or 8?
Oh no, I didn't do 4 or 8
years.
I did like 2.5.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I got in trouble.
Honorable discharge or no?
General under honorable conditions.
Nice.
Which is pretty much honorable.
Yeah.
Right?
Still good. You want to get into that or no? That'd be kind of
we can. Story, yeah, we can.
Tell me how the fuck that happened.
So when I joined the military, went to basic training, everything was great, this and that. But back in the day, I was hung up on this chick. Right?
Oh shit.
Just hung up on her. She was like the chick I dated all throughout high school.
Damn.
Right? Was hung up on her.
Fuck.
And we had broken up because when I was talking about going to the military, she was like, "I'm not going to be with you if you go." And I'm like, "Well, guess what? I'm going."
Damn.
So fuck you, pretty much. So I ended up going. All right, went through basic. Went to Fort Lewis, Washington, where I was stationed at.
Okay.
2nd Infantry, and for some reason,
oh shit, here we go.
Something made me contact her.
Oh shit.
Right, and we kind of reconnected a little bit, and we got married, bro.
Oh,
believe it or not.
Damn, that's good shit, man.
Believe it or not.
I
mean, I was 20 years old, stupid ass kid, didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm thinking about living off post.
Yeah,
Because like when you're not married, you got to live in the bees.
Yeah.
Living in the bees is all great. Don't be wrong. I had some great times
for
in
a
the bees.
year, maybe.
Yeah.
After that, just shitty times in the barracks, right? You know?
I mean, yeah.
So it's time to get that ball. So you get the ball, you get married, you get
Yeah.
the ball, you get out of living in the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
You love this girl at this point.
Thought I did.
Oh,
yeah.
damn, yeah.
Then I catch her trying to fuck around one of my staff sergeants.
Oh, damn.
One of my squad leaders.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So that didn't sit well with me very well.
I wouldn't imagine.
Like any man. So.
Oh shit! So this is gonna lead into you getting in trouble here.
Yes.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You asked to bring it up.
Yeah, come on, baby,
we're going there.
Bring it.
So.
Oh, you vape. That's right. You vape.
Yeah, I try to, even though this is probably fucking worse, but I'll burn one with you here in a little bit.
Shit, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways.
So, I heard that she's flirting with my squad leader, right? But then, come to find out, I was in the field on a field problem, right, for about 3 weeks. I come back, I called her to pick me up, go back to the apartment that I was staying at off post, and I'm like, I call all my boys that we just came from the field with. I'm like, hey, come over, dude. I got a fucking place off post. We can fucking party all day, all night, whatever. Come on. Well, there was one person missing.
The guy. Jody.
Right? Yeah, Jody. Yeah, Jody was missing. Right. Well, then I go through. My phone was dying at this time, right? Because I'm trying to call all my boys. I'm like, hey, come over here. I got this party going on. I got all this beer. I got all this, whatever. So I asked my wife at the time. I asked her. I said, hey, can I use your phone to call, so and so? She's like, no, my phone's almost dead. And I'm like,
but it's not.
Okay, well, that's cool. Well, then I look at her phone, and it's like 90%. I'm like, okay, you're hiding some shit, right? So then I go,
I'm sorry,
me being the paranoid motherfucker that I am, I go through her phone, and sure as shit, I find all these messages and blah, 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 and it's one of my battle buddies in my platoon.
Oh.
His name's Winfield.
To Winfield out there, fuck you. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, no shit, fuck you. Yeah, he also got into a big, bad fucking case with they killed a bunch of civilians in Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole nother fucking story. But anyways, I'm gonna try to make this long story short. So, dude, even Melly was telling me, she was like, "You're just gonna fucking ramble and ramble."
No, that's good, man. I like rambling. That's what we do when we talk.
So, long story short, I got in an altercation with him. Okay, so that was already bad news.
Gotcha.
And it happened on company property in uniform, and
he's a higher rank.
Yeah.
That doesn't help you at all either.
No, negative.
Right, because you're always wrong if you're below the fucking rank. Right.
So that and also not only that, but then after that happened to me, I came back to Texas on leave, right? And I was at a party hanging out with the same motherfuckers that I was hanging out with prior, which I shouldn't have done. But I smoked a blunt.
Nice.
At a party.
Good.
Came back. Guess what? First battalion run. After the battalion run,
drug test.
Piss test, bitch. Yeah. All day. Right? So, including the assault with the fucking popping hot for fucking weed. That was it, son. Yeah. So they gave me general honorable conditions.
Which is good in its own way.
Because my company commander literally told me, he was like, look, dude, if that was me, I would have killed that motherfucker. Yeah. I mean, you just assaulting him is one thing. If that was me, I would have fucking shot him in his fucking head, Mm-hmm. So, I think that's why he gave me leniency on that.
Yeah, it sucks when you get fucking betrayed.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking...
It's garbage.
Yeah, it sucks.
I might know a thing or two about that shit,
Did you at least win the fight?
Oh, yeah, dude. Of course. You kidding me? This fucking guy. Look, we can look him up, Jamie. Come on, look him up.
The guy's
famous.
Still
Hey, no, he's famous. They have a Netflix movie about this shit.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I fucked him up so bad. That guy's in a wheelchair. So yeah, that.
Sometimes I wish, but the other times I'm like,
nah.
Sometimes I'm not. I'm like, this bitch was just throwing it at him. You know what I mean? He was a 20-year-old kid too, just like I was. Yeah.
And I think the younger we are as guys, sometimes we want to fault the dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as we get older, you're like, man, it's not the fucking dude's
But I realize
fault.
that.
Yeah, like it takes time to realize it because we're still growing up. At a young age, you're still immature in your thoughts, and you're like, man, like fuck that dude, and then you're kind of like, no, don't fuck the dude, fuck that bitch, man. Like she's the one fucking let it all happen, right? So I think we all learn off of that, right? And I think, hey, it is what it is, man. Like you went through it. Fuck it, you know.
Exactly.
You're still here, right? You're still living.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't think about that shit at all.
Fuck
you know,
it, dude. Yeah. So then you get to Texas. You go through a divorce. You get back here. What happens then?
Yeah, well, actually, I get back to Texas, right? Then I start working for this company called Crane Systems, right? It's a little bullshit company that works on overhead cranes, like in a big shop. Do little minor work, bullshit like that. But they had a contract with the Port of Houston. And the contract with the Port of Houston was about 1.5 years long, and they needed a welder. And I was certified welder at the time. And I kept bugging these motherfuckers nonstop. They would not take my phone calls. I applied multiple times, and they were giving me, you know, pretty much like fuck off, you know. But I needed a job, dude. I had a kid on the way, you know. So I was like, I needed to get a job ASAP, and that's what I was good at. I was a really good welder, you know. And I stuck with it, and they were like, look, he literally called me, and he was like, look, I'm tired of you calling us. All right, just come in. We'll give you a fucking job.
Persistence,
you know?
Yeah,
dude, persistence worked in that case, right? So I get the job. I work for the Port of Houston. I do this fucking job on these big-ass wharf cranes. Never done this kind of shit in my life, ever, you know. I was hired on as a welder, but then now I'm working on cranes, big-ass cranes, doing, like, crane shit, you know. So after the job ended, the foreman for the Port of Houston came up to me, and he was like, hey, dude, you know, you work your ass off. You know, you're here every day, on time. You know, never a problem out of you. And he was like, I got a job opening in my crew. Would you like it? And I said, fuck yes, I want it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, you know, and it takes a long process to get hired onto the port, you know, even back then. Now it's even worse. But back then it took about 3 months for me to hear shit, right? So I put my app in. I'm still working for Crane Systems, doing bullshit work. And then one day I get the call. It's like, hey, come in for the interview. And it was like 2 days after my son was born.
Nice.
Right? I still had the hospital bracelets on my wrist when I went to my interview.
Oh, shit.
And had the interview, went great, you know. And then I got a call like the next Friday, following Friday. He was like, hey, you got it, man. Come in on Monday, you know. And I've been there for 13 years now.
Badass.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah.
It's good money. I know. I
Yeah,
know
it's
your
pretty good.
lifestyle, and it takes good money to live the lifestyle you live.
Yeah, it does. I mean, but
But that's
know,
good,
But
man.
I
I
also,
mean,
dude,
You work your ass off, man, and like a lot of people say, oh, you know, like I hate those people that are like, oh, he's got it good, you know, like fucking, he's got it made. Yeah, man, but like the process to get there, the time you got to put in, the skill you have to have that, right?
dude, working out in these heat in these summers for the last since 2000. Well, I started at Port 2012, Crane Systems 2009 roughly. So no, I'm sorry, 2010. So for the last 13 years straight, I've been
Busting ass, man.
fucking busting ass in the heat, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, now I do hear that.
Yeah.
You know, I hear the same thing you're talking about. Like, you know, yeah, you got this lifestyle, blah 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 blah. But guess what, dude? I work for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't come easy, I tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I know any hard work anymore, you know, but I mean, y'all motherfuckers be working, so that's good, you know, like I kind of
Tell you
do.
what, working on a diesel engine that breaks down when it's 100 degrees outside and that motherfucker's already screaming hot from running all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Put a little hair on your chest.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So we kicked it off pretty cool, man. When I met you, I don't know, maybe it's been 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Give or
Almost
take.
3.
Yeah. And
Almost 3 now.
I think you're a good dude. You know, I'm glad my cousin found somebody that's a fucking like a man, right? Like there's a lot of bullshit dudes out there, and so that's cool, right? That like she ended up, you know, you guys are working shit out. It's cool. Nobody's perfect, you know. I get that. And
I mean, we go through our issues, you know, just like every couple does. But you know, I mean, deep down, we love each other dearly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
man,
yeah, we're good.
it's
We're
good
all
shit.
good.
As of recently, though, what 2-3 weeks ago, we went on a psychedelic journey together, man. That was
We sure did.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fucking pretty good, man. Like,
Yeah, that was fun.
so that was the first time you've done psychedelics or what?
It was the first time I've ever done shrooms.
Mm.
Now, I've taken ecstasy before in the past
Gotcha.
that were like acid-based or whatever, so I've kind of hallucinated a little bit, but nothing to, you know, to the shrooms.
Right. What did you think? Like, what was your impression of shrooms? Like, what did you think?
It was different, totally different than anything I've ever experienced.
So
It wasn't a bad thing.
I'll cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
Before we get into that, what did you think was going to happen versus what actually happened, right? Like, because like you're kind of the motherfucker that's like, oh, like, you know, like you put a lot of thought into a lot of shit
Yeah,
before it
definitely.
happens. And I get that. You're like an overthinker, but
Oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen? Because, you know, this is the first time you take shrooms. Like, what were you thinking?
Honestly, I was thinking that you know I was gonna see like, you know, colors change and shit move around and you know whatever, just little bullshit like that, right? Nothing major. And I wasn't also thinking that like, hey, I'm gonna see a fucking dragon bust through the fucking wall and you know,
Yeah.
you know, I wasn't expecting that either. But no, I was expecting just you know again just like slight mellow hallucinations maybe here once in a while, good feeling. You know, want to laugh and shit all the time, which we did.
Yeah. Good time.
But yeah, no. When it hit me, you know, we were watching that movie, right? And I could not stop looking away from it. And then once the peak part hit,
Yeah.
I had to look away because it was just so intense.
No shit.
You know, with the
The characters almost.
you remember at the very beginning you were like I remember you telling me you were like, is this like a 3D movie? Like, are they coming out of the TV or is it just me? Right. And when you said that, I wasn't even there yet. And I was like, no, I think you're just, you know, it's hitting you. But then it happened to me. Right. So then I'm like, fuck.
It's a different experience, man.
It is. It's totally different.
Yeah, for those that are watching, we were watching Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
the Johnny Depp one, right?
The new CGI version.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that was
shit
trippy, man. That
yeah, it
was
was
real
crazy.
trippy. Like, I remember most of the time I try to like meditate and try to go somewhere with it, and then this time I was kind of like, you know what, like, I just want to chill. Like, I've done it with some like Jamie, right? I've done it with Jamie before, and like we've just kind of hit a realm where it's kind of like telepathic fucking communication. And I know it's weird, but I mean, that's what we hit. And then this one, I just made it a point where I didn't want to go that route with it. I kind of wanted to experience it and just be like in our realm. And I thought it was pretty cool, man. Like just the feeling, it gave that movie like a hell of a lot more meaning though. Like now I understand like what made that.
And what also tripped
so
me out
good, you know?
is that when we were watching it, you said, I've never seen this movie in my life.
No,
And I felt like I've seen the shit that's happening in this movie that I've never experienced before.
Yeah.
So that kind of tripped me out a little bit.
Yeah,
But then I remember you also telling me at the very beginning, like right when it started kicking in, you were like, look, there's you know, people do it two different ways. You can either focus on the color aspects and the you know, the shit that I was doing, or you can meditate, lay down in bed, dark room, close your eyes, and just let your fucking mind go where it goes.
Right.
So for my first time, I kind of wanted to do that, but at the same time, I was just like, I was so fucking like I was seeing all the crazy shit. And I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I didn't want to leave that part. You know what I mean?
Right.
And but yeah, next time for sure, I'm gonna go try to go deeper in it.
Yeah. Next, I think we probably took about 3.5 grams each this time. I think the next time we do it, we both take about 8 grams.
Oh fuck! I mean,
Dude, I've taken upwards to like maybe half an ounce, which is what, 14 grams?
well, an ounce is 28 grams, so yeah, it's 14. Yeah.
Like it's over 10 for sure.
Yeah, we did this heroic fucking dose, bro. Man, I thought I was gonna die.
You went to another universe.
I don't know where the fuck I went, but I thought I was gonna die.
Right mom's house.
Yeah.
Well, dude, like I didn't feel like I was gonna die by any means, but I mean, seeing my first time. I mean, but dude, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, you know, yeah, it's gutsy fine, whatever. But when I was sitting there watching that movie and I started to peak, I got to the point where I was feeling nauseous, right? And then I also started feeling the bubble guts. Yeah, I had the bubble guts. Remember, I went to the bathroom for a little bit. And you know what's another thing that was
I
crazy?
didn't tell you this. So you took off
Okay.
to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, you're good.
so then I started going through my head. I'm like, man, like this is the first time this guy shrooms up, right? I'm like, fuck, like it would be fucking weird of me to go check on him, right? I was like, I think he'll be fine. And then I just, like, you fucking took a while, right? I was like, God, I hope he's not grabbing some type of fucking machete or something, you know, like. Come out here and just
Seeing you as a towel head or something.
like, this guy's gonna get fucked, man. Like, I hope he don't go that route, but you know, like, I don't think he will, you know. And then you show back out, like, all right, good.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, what's crazy is that I remember I had my watch on, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking into this bathroom, and in our bathroom we have this big old painting right in front of the toilet that's on the wall. It's a big skull with like flowers and shit, like a really nice painting. But, you know, at the same time, I'm tripping my balls off on shrooms, right? So I'm looking at this fucking painting, and I'm like, this motherfucker's going nuts. Then I look at the floor. The floor's moving around everywhere, and I'm like, oh, dude. And then for a second, I was like, am I even at home? Where the fuck am I at?
Did you
Like,
look in the mirror at all?
I did once.
Well, how did you feel about that?
Once. Well, my pupils were about as fucking big as that goddamn top of that beer can,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, it didn't trip me out when I looked in the mirror or nothing like that. But when I finished, you know, what I had to finish, and I came out, and I felt great after that, you know.
Yeah,
But,
it's like you're releasing whatever, you know.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, you know, I know when you were talking about when you did ayahuasca, you know, it either makes you puke or shit, one of the two. Yeah, I felt the puking thing instantly, but
Yeah.
luckily I didn't get to that point.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it was great, man.
I almost feel like it's a cleanse as well, man. Like, and you know, I like dabbling in that psychedelic world because I think it's good, and I don't consider it a hard drug. I don't think it's a hard drug.
No,
at
not
all.
at all.
Yeah,
No.
like for the most part, I still feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing and like what's around me. Like, yeah, I probably wouldn't want to be around a whole bunch of fucking
Is
people.
that how you felt the first time you ever did it?
On shrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's hard to say, man. Because
Well, see, that's the reason why I asked that is because I did feel I was in control for the most part, but when it first kicked in and peaked, I was like, you know, in another world. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to get up. I felt like I wanted to get up. I wanted to walk around, you know, to kind of like curve this feeling that I was having, but I couldn't.
see, the dose I took with you was probably the lightest dose I've taken.
Really? Now I feel like a bitch.
I've never done like that small of a dose, right? So like,
But what's funny is that, like, I remember you went to the bathroom and you came out and you were like, man, bro, you're
No,
some damn good shrooms.
they're good, but like,
But it's just the dosage.
right? Yeah, you know, no, they were excellent shrooms.
So if you would have taken that whole bag, it would have been like, you
Yeah.
know, a better experience, obviously.
No, I think I don't look at it that way. Like, I still enjoy the experience, right? Like, it's something we shared that day, right? Like, and because it's in that world, it's different, man. Like, and I like bringing people to that world with me, right? Like, so they can experience it with me. And I know it sounds fucking crazy, but I think you make a good connection with it, man. Like, I feel we came out of that, and man, we had some heart to heart talk, you know, during that, you know, and I thought that was pretty cool, man. Like, I think we kill the ego right away. Like, there, you know, not that we have it, but I think internally we still have some sort of like this ego we're holding on to. And then once you kill it, man, and
I think
if you-
all men do, man.
yeah. And if you kill it, like even with me and my little brother when we went and did ayahuasca, like it didn't matter anymore. Like when we took it, the ego's the first thing that goes, man, and then it doesn't matter. You could be laying down next to your brother or your buddy or whatever it is, and if the guy shits himself, like you're just like, man, yeah, like that's just the fucking way it went. You
Yeah,
know, like,
you're going through it, bro.
yeah, like you're going through it, and I think it
Hold
just,
my hand, man.
Yeah.
I'll help you through it.
Yeah, like, but
Well, not that hand, but the other hand.
so I think that's pretty cool that, you know, people can share stuff like that. Would you recommend it to anybody else?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
What do you think it taught you, or did you learn anything from it, or what?
To be honest with you, in this experience, not really.
Yeah,
You know?
just feeling.
I mean, it did make me think a little bit clearer. I thought about some own personal shit in my own head,
Yeah.
you know, that I didn't share with you,
right.
that I probably would have never thought about normally.
Yeah,
But like I said, man, my main thing was just like trying to maintain myself because fucking everything was just going nuts, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to just get off or get past that to the point to where like you were at. Like, I mean, you're asking me about life and all this kind of shit, and I'm just like, dude, I can't even see the TV right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So I think the more I do it,
Right.
the more I'll realize how to cope with it and deal with it, and you know,
Right,
and
'cause
it'll be better.
You're ingesting this thing for the first time, maybe, you know, and it's like brand new to you. Like you don't know where to go with it in your mind.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, that I think that's exactly what happened.
I think the more you do it, the more purpose and meaning you put behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, it was a way to connect with you, right? Like, all right, you know, I'm gonna have a good fucking talk with this dude, and like,
And we did, man.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. I mean, I remember, you know, we talked about how you were telling how blessed I am with, you know, with Melissa and my kids, and I am, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Melissa to death.
Yeah.
Love my kids to death. Love her kid to death.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I am blessed. I'm very blessed. And which is kind of funny, is it like right after that deep heart-to-heart moment, you walk in the living room with dog treats, thinking they were chips, you know, and we lost it for like, how long did we lose it for? About 20 minutes straight?
So I go to the fucking pantry, man. I'm hungry, right, as usual. And I'm fucking looking at shit, and the dog, like, fucking Axel's right there with me. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this guy? You know, like, and I'm picking up this bag that looks like chips to me, and fucking Axel's going crazy over there. Like, man, there must be some good ass chips, you know? Like, this guy loves them too, right? And I start reading the bag. I'm like, oh shit, it's dog treats. Guy, we lost it for a good while on that one. Man.
Oh, man.
That was good times, man. So you want to do some ayahuasca? Or what?
Oh, I'm down. I mean, whenever I can get time off work, and, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we've talked before, and I think, you know, and you've said it, you feel like maybe at times you have a, not a drinking problem, but, I mean.
No, I do. I know I do.
You think you do?
Yeah. No, I know I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I do. I know I do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's going on with that, man? Like, because, I mean, this is a conversation
I think I've been doing it for so long
Yeah.
that it's kind of hard to. I think it's become norm.
So it's a habit now?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it's just a normal routine thing for you to kick some back, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's some days to where, you know, I don't feel like drinking at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is like most of the days, you know, I work in the heat all fucking day, sweat my ass off. I come home, you know, I want a cold beer. I mean, you know, most men do, right? And I'm not gonna justify that by saying most men do what I do, right? But I take it overboard sometimes.
Gotcha. Yeah, you were telling me that.
And what I realize is that drinking beer, I could drink beer and be totally cool mentally, you know, no anger issues, none of that bullshit, right? Be fine. Once I break out the whiskey brings the devil out of me. And I get really angry really quickly, even on my kids sometimes. And I remember at the podcast we had yesterday, and what the final thing he said is, listen to your kids, you know, listen to their side of the story, you know, when they're talking about their issues and shit like that. Don't be a hard ass all the time, right? Well, my problem is that I was raised by a hard ass.
Gotcha.
That's all I know. That's all I know how to be a hard ass with my kids, and I shouldn't do that. You know, I don't think I should. I think in some aspects I should, but not all.
Right.
You know,
There's a time and a place for it.
there's a time and a place for it, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do come off as a hard ass more than I should, and I definitely need to correct that.
So
Definitely.
you recognize it, or are you taking any steps to correct it? That's important, right?
I've tried to.
Okay.
The whiskey drinking has gotten off the table. There was an incident that happened not too long ago that made me realize that whiskey drinking for me is kind of out the window for a while.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
until I can figure out how to control it.
Gotcha.
Because, like I said, beer drinking all day long, you know, that's fine.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what deep-rooted fucking anger or what issues that I have.
You think
If it's depression or if it's you know, I don't know what the fuck it is.
You think it stems from your upbringing, maybe? You know, you're saying your dad's was a hard ass 100% of the time.
Yeah,
right?
100%. And he really wasn't there either.
Okay.
You know, but when he was there, it was, you know, hard ass time, right? Which is fine. I mean, fuck. You're a boy. You need to be raised as a hard ass. You know, I think.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to an extent, I guess.
But
is that may be where maybe like psychedelics will help you, right? Because maybe you have resentment. Maybe you fucking.
There's definitely resentment, and the reason why there is resentment is because it's not because of what my dad did to me. I've gotten over that shit years ago.
Okay.
Right. I've dealt with that shit, and I'm fine with that. My resentment toward my father is the fact that when my brother's kids were little, he would drop everything for them, pick them up from school, let them stay at the house or hit his house, whatever. He would just literally drop everything for them. When my kids needed help, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. It was always an excuse when it came to my children. But with my brother's children, it was always, oh, I'm there, nonstop. No matter what the situation is, I'm there.
Did your brother's children come before yours?
Yes. Now, another reason why I think this is because my brother was the exact opposite of me.
Gotcha.
Okay. I was the shithead in high school. I skipped school, dropped out of high school, went to the military. Yes, I went to the military and all, but then I got booted for fucking fighting and fucking smoking a blunt, right? But my brother, on the other hand, played fucking high school football, won state championship, straight A's, was like this golden child, right? So he's always favored. I feel that he's always favored him. That's just the way I feel.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that's the way I feel.
It's the way you feel.
Yeah. So.
Have you forgave him for that?
Honestly, I've only talked to him one time about it, and he pretty much shooed me off.
Gotcha. So that communication's really just not there between you and your father.
Dude, I haven't talked to my dad. Actually, no, recently, he bought a new barbecue pit, and he asked me, he was like, hey, I bought this pit, blah, blah, blah. I gave him a rib recipe, But before that, I don't talk to my dad for 6 months at a time, if not longer, And now it's gotten to the point to where he's doing the same shit to my brother.
Gotcha.
Like, he's not talking to him as much as, as well. But like you asked me, the resentment comes from the fact that he literally gave my brother's kids the entire world and mine nothing. Doesn't know their birthdays. I'm surprised he even knows their fucking names, to be honest with you.
Damn. So yeah,
and I don't, and I've talked to my mother about this kind of shit, and she's just like, well, why don't you talk to him? Why don't you talk to him? But then, another thing too is that I'm not gonna lie, dude, I'm afraid of my dad. The way my dad is a fucking, he's just, a hard son of a bitch. He always has been, just like my grandfather has been. And it's not that I'm afraid to talk to him. It's just I don't. It's kind of hard to explain. I want to talk to him. Okay. I want to talk to him and tell him, hey, look, dude, you've been fucking up for many years. Your grandkids don't even know you.
What would it take for you two to maybe try to fucking maybe make peace on this, man?
Like make amends on that? Fuck, I don't know, dude. I mean, okay.
Are you willing?
Well, this is another thing.
Are you willing to do it?
This is another thing.
Okay.
Okay, let me throw this at you.
All right.
So, why should it be my responsibility to make my kid's grandfather have a relationship with them?
Give me a second.
Why can't he go out of his way and have a relationship with them? Is it my responsibility to do that?
Whether it's your responsibility or not, sometimes we just gotta fold, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the greater good of everything.
Give up your pride.
It's a pride thing.
I think it's a pride thing too. Yeah. That's why I said that.
Yeah, like, you gotta fucking say, you know what? Enough with the shit, man. Like, I'm gonna at least try. Now, if you give it 100% effort and there's no change, fuck it. Maybe it's just not meant to be that way.
But I mean, I've asked in the past, hey, can you watch the kids? Hey, can we come over for, whatever, to go swim or whatever? Because he's got a pool at his house, right? So, hey, can we come swim? Hey, can we just come hang out? That's always an excuse. Hey, I'm busy. Yet he's retired. So I don't see how fucking busy he could possibly be. That's what infuriates me about the shit. Gotcha. That's what makes me want to not even attempt it.
Right. I think that's maybe where your anger comes from.
Yeah, definitely.
So
possible. Yeah.
Now there's a solution to that, right? And I think if you can't make it work with them, that's fine. But then you gotta still fucking let it go. You know what I mean? Because that's what's fucking maybe driving you fucking nuts, right?
Well, see, what I let the shit go with me and him, right? I let that go a long time ago, but I have not let go of the kid thing with my kids.
Right.
I haven't let go of that.
I think for your own good, for Johnathon Myers' good, just let it fucking go, man. Like, even if you can't fucking have a relationship with him, that's, you know, like, maybe you give it another shot, right? And then if it doesn't work, I mean, that's on you. You know, you're a fucking grown ass man. You can make a call where you want to go with it, but do it for the you inside of you, right? To be like, you know what, like, fuck it. I tried one more time. You know, I'm fucking 37, 38. If it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be. But give it one more shot, and then you know what, just let it go. I mean, maybe that's what you got to do. I don't know, man. Like, well, I don't know. I've never been through something like that.
Well, one thing that I can say is your initial question was, do you think that's the reason why you have your anger when you drink whiskey and shit? I don't think about that when I'm drinking whiskey. I don't get angry. Right. I don't think about that shit because like, it's not in my head. Because
there's a subconscious mind as well, right? The subconscious you that's buried in there. Maybe you're not thinking of it, but it could be the trigger, right? Like,
I mean, it could be something else,
right?
You know, I don't know exactly what it is.
So maybe that's a good reason to go and do this like ayahuasca thing, to go figure yourself out. Could be good.
Honestly, when we talked about this prior, excuse me, I think that'll help tremendously.
Yeah, I think it really will help you, man. It'll put clarity in your mind. In my honest opinion, man, like, I would at least give it another shot, you know, try, you know, and you know what? That's just me, like, as a friend, what I would tell you, you know, like, give it one more shot. Maybe others would tell you should try as many times as you can, but I mean, there's also a point where you just like, okay, this is not going to fucking work. Right?
Well, I've tried a bunch of times, right? So that's why I'm like kind of, enough's enough.
Then maybe your closure will have to be to let it fucking go at one point and just say, you know what, that's just the way it was dealt, and I'm okay with it now. Like, and just fucking, but you got to go fix that part. You know, it's I think it's an inner trauma in a way. Maybe, you know.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could be.
Right, you know, we don't want to talk about it because, like, we're fucking men, we're strong, you know, but, I mean, we go through shit too, right? You know, you lay your fucking head down on a pillow at night, every night, and maybe you start thinking of shit like, you know, like, my life this way, my life that way. I think you got to fix that part, man. Like, you know, find that closure for it. And maybe it's through meditation, or maybe it's just you having to talk to yourself and just say, you know what, man, fuck it. It's what it is. And stop. The more you hate or have hate or anger inside of you, man, like, it just fucks everything up, dude. Like, one thing I've learned about ayahuasca and psilocybin and the psychedelic world is it brought a lot of peace to me, man. Like, even the people who have betrayed me in this fucking life, dude, like, I forgive them for it. Fuck it. You know, because I haven't been perfect either, right? And somewhere out there, man, I've probably fucked somebody over without even knowing, dude. And I hope they fucking forgive me too for it, man. Like shit happens, dude, but no one's perfect, and you can't, I guess. Yeah, we can hold a grudge, but, man, it just does you no good, bro. You know?
No. And that's not the only thing that I've been angry about, you know. There's a lot of shit that I've been angry about throughout the years. Yeah. You know, that I feel that also adds to me wanting to drink all the time, right? And again,
so drinking's a coping mechanism.
Yes, 100%. It is. Yeah. But and for the most part, right? But there's other times to where I drink a little too much, and that evil part of me comes out, and I just want to fucking, you know, fight everybody I see, you know, and like, you could ask my brother, dude. Like, me and my brother have been out numerous times. You know, I love my brother to death. And there's been times where we've been out of the bar and I see this big swole ass dude, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go pick a fight with this fucking guy because I want to fight right now, right? But I'm not gonna pick a little skinny dude. I want to pick the biggest motherfucker in this place. So I go over there and do it, and my brother's like, you know, reaming my ass. He's like, you're gonna get the fucking shit kicked out of us by all these people. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care. I don't care about punching this dude or he punches me or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, in my mental state as we sit right here, I just want to fucking punch everybody I want to see, you know? And that's a problem, dude.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's a serious
huge
fucking problem.
problem.
Yeah, it is, dude. And
that's when you drink whiskey, or is it?
that's only when I'm drinking whiskey. Yeah, yeah. For some, I don't know what it is. Like I said, I mean, we could drink beer, you know, all day long, and you know, man, I mean, fuck, we drank beer how many times, and we've been fine. You know, I never get to that point.
I'll shoot you, motherfucker. I ain't fighting you. I ain't taking no chances and shit.
Hey, we could do like fucking John Wick, man. Shoot each other in the elevator.
Right on the couch, like
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, you got to get a hold of that shit, bro.
Yeah,
and it's not easy. Like,
And well, it's not. The main thing is the main thing that really upsets me the most about that shit is you know, I got Melissa in my life now, right? The person that truly fucking cares for me.
Yeah.
You know, I was married for a long time. I was married for
10 years.
no, we weren't married for 12 years. We were together for 12 years, but either way. When I got with Melissa, I've never had a person care for me as much as she has, right? And I'm bringing my fucking bullshit from my last relationship into this one, and it's wrong. It's wrong for me to do that,
Right,
you know?
but so one, you're recognizing what's happening, which is fucking good,
Yeah.
but that's not enough, right?
No, not at all.
Like recognizing what's happening is one thing, taking the correct actions to like fix that shit, you know, and I mean, people get tired of shit too.
I mean,
man.
don't get me wrong. Like, I've never put my hands on a woman. I never will.
Right.
It's not gotten to that point, but it's just, you know.
Right, but you don't want it to.
But I've stressed her out more than I should have, right? And dude, I mean, you know, I've been thinking about that shit. I've been trying to fix it, but it's just it's hard when you can't really figure out what's causing it in the first place.
I'll tell you one thing. I think we all know the answers inside. I think we're just too stubborn to fucking accept them.
It's possible,
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I think a lot of soul searching, a lot of self meditation, some fucking, and we do it, but I mean,
you know, the thing is like I've had hiatuses to where I don't drink for, you know, months, right? And something just triggers my ass to go right back to that same shit, and then I go off the deep end, you know? And I still have not figured that shit out. I haven't figured out what causes it. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Is it anger? Is it depression? Or is it somebody talking to me some way? Or is it, you know, for one, having a conversation with my ex-wife is always a fucking problem. But it's just, I don't know exactly what it is that triggers that in me to get to the point where all I want to do is just sit and drink all day.
fuck.
You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Have you tried counseling or anything, or maybe fucking a
I
therapist?
kind of don't believe in it
Right. So you're like me. I didn't believe in that shit either. I still don't. I don't believe in therapy or counselors
because,
I thought self therapy.
like my buddy told me not too long ago, he said, unless you've been where I've been, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So why am I going to listen to what the fuck you have to say?
Right. So then
You
you
know?
got to find a self therapy.
That's just my stupid ass mind, you know.
So that's where ayahuasca's badass, because I was in the same situation where, okay, in order for somebody to fucking talk to me, you have to have done this. And there's not a motherfucker in this world that I think has done what I've done at the time that I've, you know, whatever. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm not a badass either, but I'm saying, like, I've been through
Yeah,
a
you've
lot.
been through some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
to me, it's kind of like, well, you know what? The only person that can fix me is me. And that's where self-therapy came through. And that's where the ayahuasca fucking, like, it, man, I'm telling you, bro, it changed my life. It saved my life, I think. I think I was going down a really fucking horrible fucking spiral, you know, like, it's just complete fucking chaos, fucking, just horrible.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got to a point to where I attempted suicide once.
Really?
Yeah, I did, and I feel fucking horrible for it. Thank God it didn't happen, but
So you got
I
didn't know that.
yeah, I put a Glock in my mouth and pulled the trigger, but I was too drunk to realize that I hadn't racked a fucking round in the chamber.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was many years ago, but that's how low I was at one point. You know,
What drove you?
I was fucking just done with life.
What
you
drove?
know?
What? I mean,
It was drinking. Because if I was sober, I would have never done it. Guarantee you, I'd have never done it. But I had been drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking for days on end, weeks on end, nonstop, and it got to the point to where, you know, because alcohol is a depressant, right? It brings your mind low, right? Especially over a period of time. And I have a history of alcoholics in my family. My mom's family, all of her brothers. She has 5 brothers. 3 of them are 2 of them are full blown alcoholic. Were. One of them still is. One of them's not. But there's a history of that shit in my family. I'm not using that as an excuse by any means. Just saying. You know, I got to the point where I was drinking so much, and I was by myself. And I was just in my own head. I had nobody to talk to. And I was just literally in my own thoughts about shit. And I got so intoxicated to where I was like, fuck it. You know, I was done. You know, and I did what I did. And when that happened, the first thing that thought through my head was my kids. You know, it should have ran through my head beforehand. But I was just too fucked up to realize it. That's why, you know, this whole alcohol problem it wasn't near as bad as it used to be. It used to be bad. It used to be really, really bad. Now I've learned to control it over the years. But now.
So if alcohol has done so much horrible shit. No. Maybe alcohol's not doing horrible shit to you. Maybe it's just bringing it out, right?
I think that's what's bringing it out.
So
that's why everybody tells me, my mother especially, go see a counselor, go see somebody, go see, you know, talk about this, talk about that, talk about, you know, your dad, talk about what happened in the military, talk about, you know, your divorce, and talk about the fact that you don't see your kids anymore because of this, and blah blah blah. It's just it's a whole plethora of shit.
Right. So again, in January, I usually go do the ayahuasca, and I would love for you to fucking come out and at least try that, dude. You know, like.
Okay, I'm totally down for it. Yeah, definitely.
See if it makes a change in somewhere deep inside of you where you figure something out, bro. Because I feel like you're putting Band-Aids on fucking bullet holes at this point, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you got a lot to live for.
Oh yeah, no. Trust me, I realized that. I realized that years ago. It was just, you know, I was in the dark place for about a couple months, you know, when this shit took place. And then after that, you know, I kind of chin-checked my own self and made myself realize, look, dude, like, what the fuck were you thinking doing what the fuck you did, you know? And it was you know, like I said, I was in a dark fucking spot back then.
That's a strong fucking story, dude. Like, I would have had no clue you went through that, but you know, take it from
it's
me.
It's Open
man.
Road Podcast, baby. I mean, come on, we're gonna spill it out.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
We're gonna talk about some rough shit.
Just realize, man, like, people do love you, bro. Like, you know,
I know it. Again, look,
you know,
I'm nowhere near
like, bitch.
No, I'm no.
Back it the fuck straight, motherfucker.
That was fucking years and years and years and years ago.
I'm glad it didn't happen, man. Like,
yeah, me too, bro.
I'm glad it didn't, man. Like,
yeah,
you know. But I think the important thing here is, man, you've realized a lot of shit. You have the opportunity. You're still young enough. You know, you have your kids, man. Like, there's so much. And even if it's like you were at 100% fucked up, and now maybe you're at like fucking 3%, you're still 3% fucked up. Now, we all are. I'm not saying fucking, we're all fucked up one way or another, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to fucking try at least, man, to fix that shit.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Like,
you're like me, you know, therapy's going to help you. You know, you're hard-headed. You're a fucking whatever. Got that. Give this a shot. I think it'll do you good, and then we'll do a fucking podcast after we do it and see where you're at. You know, like
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it'd be fucking pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got?
Man, so you were nervous to come on, right?
Oh, it was. Dude.
Why the fuck were you nervous, man? Like,
Man, I don't know. I just, again, never been good on public speaking and shit like that. Like,
dude, I think you're doing fucking very good, man. Like, I think you put a lot of thought into shit, man. You got to just fucking, you get in your own head, right? Like, to be honest, nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody gives a fuck about you. I mean, nobody cares what the fuck we do, right? Like, we care, like, we think, oh, they're going to see me do this. Truth is, man, like, everybody has their own world to fucking do, man. And they're living their life. Like, we're just a little fucking piece of it. Like, oh, shit, look at these fucking idiots on the fucking podcast, you know? Like, no one gives a fuck. You know? Like, in the reality of things, man, like, you got to fucking, like, just let loose. You got any, what do you do for hobbies, bro? Like, what the fuck do you do when
golf.
you're...
Golf.
Really?
That's my number one. Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Love to golf, dude. I need to take you golfing, bro.
Okay, deal. You go to ayahuasca with me, and I'll go golfing with you one fucking time.
Deal.
'Cause I don't know what
Shit, I was going to take Melly golfing with me tomorrow.
Oh, good shit.
But then she's bitching. She's like, it's $50 to go play golf. And I'm like, girl, we go fucking have margaritas one night. It's like 120.
I've never been golfing, dude. Golfing.
No, golfing's fucking great, dude. It's fun as shit. I mean, if you kind of suck at it, it sucks. But it's fun. It really is. Golf, fishing, fucking love the fish. Just like when we went on the Primos trip, that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the Primos trip. So, yeah, that was fucking good shit, man.
Yeah, dude.
Motherfuckers wasted left and right. It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
I like drinking, dude. Like, and man, it sucks because like maybe I shouldn't drink as much, but like I don't know, man. Like drinking's good, man.
Well,
Like,
see, if you could, and I've learned over the years to where if you could do it in a responsible place, a responsible time, I don't think there's really a problem with it.
right.
Now, if you get to the point to where like I was years ago, to where like you're fucking like wanting to drive people down and shoot them and shit like that. That's a fucking problem because that happened once, and I'm not gonna get into that, but it happened.
Now I kind of want to go backwards a little bit, and so you got out under that situation. Had you stayed in, that group of guys that you were going to go overseas with, they got into some heavy shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I still talk to them all the time.
Yeah.
My best friend Belt got hit by, well, he almost got hit by an RPG. My buddy Mullen, the dude that we were talking about getting mushrooms from not too long ago, he got blown up in a Humvee. Back's all fucked. Yeah, they saw some shit. One of our Sergeant Mac, he got killed. Dude I knew for a long time. But yeah, I mean.
And then that whole fucking incident happened. You get to talk about that one?
The Netflix incident? Yeah. So what happened is, well, actually, not apparently. It did happen. So.
Break. Beer?
Sure.
All right. Anybody else need a beer? Yeah, we're getting to a good part. That's what.
You want to move these off or no?
Nah, man.
With the camera?
Let people. It's a camera thing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you and Paul had like fucking 15 more last night, so more than this.
So that situation was pretty fucked up, man. Because I remember seeing it on the news when it went down. So I kind of want to get your.
That was
take
like
on it.
2009, I think is when it happened.
Yeah, I think I was in country.
8 or 9, something like that. They were in Afghanistan though.
Yeah.
Were you in Iraq?
No, I was in Iraq those years.
Okay.
Second. Oh. Shit. So, walk me through that, dude, because you
Well,
knew.
I mean, I wasn't there, so
right,
I can't
but
really tell you.
You knew these
but,
guys,
like,
though, right?
Oh yeah, dude, we used to party together all the time.
Like you would have been there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it not only was my platoon, my squad, it was my fire team.
Yeah.
That was involved in this. Right?
So for those watching, explain the story, dude, because it.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it as much as I can from my perspective, right? From what I've heard from everybody. Okay, so Mullen, don't kill me, dude. I mean, chime in, brother.
Yeah, but you know it's
But,
on Netflix too, man. So like it's out for people to see it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. It was called The Kill Team. The name of the movie is called The Kill Team. So pretty much what happened, I don't know the whole, exact story, but there was this dude named Staff Sergeant Gibbs. Okay, Gibbs pretty much, from what I was told, told these privates that like we're gonna go kill these motherfuckers. We've been here for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever it was. We haven't seen any action, so we're gonna go off some motherfuckers, right? And so what they did is they got in their Humvees, they went on patrol, they found these 3 Afghan guys that were just chilling at their mud hut, like bullshitting, just like what we all are here, and they fucking fragged them, hit them with AR-15s, they fucking killed them, right? And when they killed them, they pulled their pants down around their ankles, took pictures of them with their heads like this, like a trophy buck type shit, right? Okay, so when that happened, apparently Winfield, the dude that fucked around with my wife at the time.
Mm-hmm. Jody.
Yeah, Jody. There you go.
Gotcha.
Let's call him Jody. There you go.
Fuck.
Yeah, that'll
Fuck
work.
that dude.
So he contacted his parents before it even happened. It was like, hey, look, this dude's trying to make me do this. I don't want to do it. Y'all need to do something, because if I say something, I'm going to get fucking killed. This dude's going to fucking kill me if I say anything. So apparently he was hitting up his parents. His parents were hitting up the military and saying, hey, my son's being forced to do some shit he doesn't want to do. What can y'all do about it? And they're like, well, we don't have any proof. We can't do shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, there was another person. I can't remember his name. I want to say his name was, wasn't Wagner. Anyways, it's irrelevant. This guy contacted somebody and snitched on him and said, hey, Gibbs did this, did that, did this, made these people do this, whatever. So the guys in my platoon beat his ass almost to death for snitching on him, right? When they were, because they felt that he was snitching on them in country, even though they did some fucking foul shit.
Yeah.
So after the investigation, come to find out, they served some jail time. Two of them are in life. Gibbs and Morlock, they're both serving life prison sentences. I think Morlock got off not too long ago, but Gibbs is serving life in Leavenworth, no matter what. Morlock got off. Sergeant Bram, I think, was involved. There was some other people involved, and they made a Netflix documentary about it. It's called The Kill Team, and like I said, you can watch it, you can find it. But that was my platoon, my squad, my fire team. So if I did or if I did go, I'd have been right there. I'd have been involved in the shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then, back then when you're 20 years old and the fucking drill sergeants and your platoon sergeants and everybody else driveling in your head, hey, kill these motherfuckers, kill them, kill them, kill, 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 kill. I probably would. I can't really say if I would have done it. Yeah. I don't know if I would have shot him or not. It's just I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak to that or attest to that. But
yeah, in country, man, there's.
But the movie will tell you all about it if the listeners want to see it. It's called The Kill Team, Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I've been in country so many times, man. You get to see a bunch of things. I was fortunate enough where I was under some good leaders, and then eventually I became a leader, and I tried to mimic what I saw, from my past leadership, and yeah, that I can't think of a situation where that would have been okay. You know what I mean? Like, it just, man, like. The leadership now, Marines to do some
that dude
fucked up shit
Gibbs,
too.
that Staff Sergeant Gibbs, apparently the dude had human fingers, that he kept from people that he's killed and shit like that, as like trophies type stuff. So I mean, this dude was already sadistic. Yeah. He was obviously a fucking psychopath, right? I mean, who does that? Who keeps fucking human fingers? Even though you're in combat. I mean, I get that. You're in combat. You got to do what you got to do. I understand that.
Yeah, that's
but
not
to keep souvenirs of human body parts. I mean, that's kind of psychopathic, right?
There's some issues there, but
so that dude pretty much told these guys, "Hey, look, if you don't do this, I'm gonna fucking kill you in your bunk. I'll fucking slit your throat while you're asleep," type shit. It's from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So
dude, so in my second tour, man, I promoted to corporal. I became a team leader, but my squad leader, man, bad motherfucker, bro. I mean, sterling, right? Good guy. And Man, we've been patrolling.
Ranger. Oh yeah, no, you're Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that the guys, we've been fucking patrolling like fucking 16, 18-hour days, whatever, minimum sleep. So the LT's like, hey, second squad, let's go patrol. And we just been out for fucking like 20 some hours, and the squad leader's like, nah, we're not going. Like the lieutenant's like, I'm giving fucking orders here. You're fucking going. He's like, well, I'm giving the order. We're not fucking getting up. So he went through a whole ring of almost getting charged with mutiny, which would have been the first time anybody in the Marine Corps would have been charged with mutiny. And
for not following a butter bar's orders.
Yeah.
Was he a butter bar or was he second lieutenant or first lieutenant?
It was a butter bar.
Was he?
And man, I mean, I get it. We follow orders and shit, but man, like, it made me like.
But did you have the same mentality? Okay, let me ask you this, because I had this mentality when I was in. You have these butter bars that come in here and have been in the Army for like fucking 3 days, and they come in here and tell you how to do your job when you've been doing this shit for years on end, and they try to tell you how to do battle drills and how to flank people and how to react to an ambush and all that kind of shit, when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I get that part, but again, like, you're under orders.
Yeah, you got to take orders. Yeah, I mean,
so it's a hard rock to be place. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to have been that squad leader right then and there. I'm glad he stood up for us, man. We were fucking. We probably would.
Y'all were done.
We would have got fucked up. So one way or the other, we'd fucking been patrolling for weeks, months on end, and then like days before, we just done like 24, 48-hour ops, shit like that.
But see, like the butter bar didn't know that, right?
No, he did. Like,
oh, he did know that. He just didn't give a fuck.
Just didn't care.
Yeah.
When I saw him stand up like that, like it was an eye opener, right? Like, he probably saved all the fucking squad because we were gonna get fucked up. Like we had nothing left, dude. Like, I mean, I'm sure we would have found it, but man,
I mean, did y'all have resupply on ammo and
yeah,
MREs and all that kind of shit?
Everything we needed, but
okay.
It was just the tempo was so much, man. Like, whatever it was, man. Like, that was one of the fucking eye openers for me. Now, had I been the squad leader then and there, man, I don't know what decision I would have took, man. Like, but I saw him take that decision, and it took a lot of fucking balls, dude. And I was like, God, like, man, like, this guy is fucking, my respect to that guy, man. Like, fuck, man,
Oh, I'm sure you did, because you were tired as fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, like, this guy stood up for us, man, because like, it was just enough's enough, man. Like, we go out and fucking, we would fucking be patrolling, we'd fucking fall asleep and just fucking fall down. Because you were just that tired. Like, it was just, the tempo was so fucking much. And he's like, no, we're not fucking doing that, And then we had this thing when we used to practice sometimes, and fuck it, like, anybody who's been in the Marine Corps that's been in the infantry fucking knows about it. We call them ghost grids. So what a ghost grid is, you go out on a patrol, and then you don't really want to do the whole fucking patrol, right? So you're like, fuck it, I'm going to call in ghost grids. And we're going to fucking shack up somewhere and fucking bunker down and shit, put up 50% watch, and just call in grids that don't fucking exist, man. Like, I mean, fuck it, man. Like, sometimes you got to get the boys a little bit of rest, man. And that's some of the things, like, that we had to do sometimes was...
See, I can't relate to that, dude,
You call in some ghost grids, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Like, we're not fucking doing this shit, man. Like, these guys can't... They're going to fucking kill us, man. Like, I mean...
Yeah, you have no sleep for how many days?
Weeks, man. Like, it's fucked up. So, like, sometimes you just...
As long as I stayed up for was 72 hours. As long as I stayed up for 3 days. And
man,
at the end of that 3 days, dude, I was fucking useless to the world. I can only imagine getting into a firefight after 3 days.
So, for 7 months, man, like, the usual amount of sleep we would get is probably 3 to 4 hours a night.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
Well, that's what they always told you. 4 hours is all you need. It's all the human body needs.
And they fucking really did that, man. And then, I mean, motherfuckers were just fucked. People wanted to get shot. Just like fucking take a break, Like, I mean, I hope I get fucking shot right now. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you.
Like, and if somebody would get shot, like a leg shot, like, fuck, badass, we're going to fucking take this bitch, like, we're taking them Fallujah.
Going to Germany. Yeah.
No, well, we would go to Fallujah Surgical and fucking get the Humvees ready and shit like that. So, like, we'd go patrol, and we would have QRF in our own internal platoon. Mm-hmm. It was like 3 vehicles or whatever. So we'd call these motherfuckers, like, hey, come get us, man. Like, this dude just took a round to the leg, like, and we're just fucking, we knew it, man. So, same squad leader, man, same deployment. We fucking roll up to the chow hall, and, man, there's some dudes got blood on them because like they've been fixing this guy or whatever, and like we go to the chow hall and man, we're fucking having shower like in fucking 30 days and shit. And we want some hot chow.
Not
man.
real chow.
Right.
Yeah.
We want some hot chow and shit, man. Like we fucking go in there, man. Like people are just looking at like, what the fuck is up with these guys, man? Like just nasty, bro. You know, just fucking reek, all kinds of shit. Get a table, man. Everybody would just get the fuck up. And let these guys eat, man. Like fucking just let them eat and get them the fuck out of here, dude. So that was like our like, oh shit, somebody got shot. You know, like it's fucked up, but we would be kind of like, oh cool, man. Like
It's our break.
We get to go back for a couple hours and. Man, we'd go eat chow, fucking get a fucking little shower in, and then it's like, fuck it, we gotta go back, you know, like there goes another fucking 30-some fucking days of, you know, it's crazy, man. Like, but that was what, 07-ish?
So you did how many tours? You said 4?
I did 5 total.
5 total.
But that's another fucking podcast there. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna.
Those things are, they're good times.
Meant for another day.
Meant for another day. I keep a lot of the stuff that, like, the stuff I like to share, I'll share it. And then some of those things, like, that's what the reunions are for.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to your dudes like, oh, man, you remember that? You remember this?
Well, yeah, the people that you actually experience it with.
Right. And it
Not
just,
people that you haven't.
Right. And it's
No, I get 100% where you're coming from.
craziness, right?
Yeah.
But
No.
kinda
I
how
get
it
it.
works.
I get it.
If, what made you go Army versus anything else, though?
Well, because I dropped out of high school.
Right, but you could have went Marine Corps or Air Force. Or,
No, I couldn't.
Oh, really? So the Army was the only one that would have took you that way, or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking badass.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest with you, I went to the Marine Corps initially, and they were like, "Do you have a diploma?" No.
Yeah, you need one.
No bullshit. This motherfucker looks at me. He goes, "Army's that way." Dude, no bullshit. He's like, "Army's that way."
Well, that's
like,
06,
all right,
man.
cool. So I go in there and I'm telling them, "Hey, I want to be infantry," you know. And they tried to talk me out of it, because I mean, this is the time of war, you know. This is when Iraq was popping off majorly, and they're like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Like, yeah, dude. I'm not gonna be a fucking truck driver. I want to fucking go over there and do some shit. You know what I mean? And again, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, motherfucker. Yes. So 11 Bravo. Go. You know, and you know everything happened.
So.
But I wanted it, you know, it fucking kicks my ass sometimes, man. Especially when I talk to my buddies that went overseas. I talk to them and I'm like, dude, you know, I feel like a piece of shit because I wasn't there for y'all. You know, when y'all, like my buddy Mullen got blown up in an IED, or he got blown up in a Humvee by an IED, and I'm like, dude, I mean, fuck, if I was there, maybe I would have saw it. Maybe I would have, you know, maybe I could have done something differently to keep you from that happening to you. And they're like, Myers, look, out of everybody that has ever been like discharged early, we have the most respect for you than anybody in the world, right? And that makes me feel a little bit better. But at the same time, I mean, come on, dude. Like I can't get over that shit. You know, it fucks with me. It does.
You know, talking about the and it brings a funny story, even though it's not funny at all. But talking about getting blown up by an IED. So a good buddy of mine, Joseph Dando. And he might be watching this because he follows the podcast. So one time, man, I was in a different platoon, but man, we knew each other. We were boot drops together and all this shit. So he gets blown up, man, and we're QRF, and like, you know, our platoon's QRF for the company or whatever. So we fucking roll out. You know, this guy just got blown up, and like back then we were in up armored. No, they were high backs. So they just had the fucking.
Yeah, the grates on the side?
Right, on
like
the side.
RPGs and shit?
Yeah, homeboy was like fucking in the back, right? And they fucking get blown up. Bah, it's fucking whatever. So we roll out there, man, and the fucking Dando's laying there. He's bleeding through his nose. He's got blood everywhere and shit.
Fuck.
And he's like, I roll up. Somehow I was just the guy who rolled up on like that part of the Humvee or whatever. And like, because whatever. And he's like, Lopez, I can't feel my legs. So I look this motherfucker dead in the eyes. I was like, Dando, you ain't got no legs, man. The guy's like, no! I was like, I'm fucking with you, man. Like,
that's
you got
that
legs.
sadistic shit that...
I was like, I'm fucking
See-
with you, man. Like, you got legs, bro. You're good, man. Like, you're just fucked up, man. But like, you're got your
See,
legs
that's sense of
there.
humor nobody will understand.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, we talk about it now. It was a fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah, good. Dando, man. Like, man, my buddies, bro, from fucking. So when I was in that unit, man, like fucking good dudes, man. Like, just really good guys, man. Like, fuck, dude. Like, it's a brotherhood that it can never be compared, man, to anything I've ever done, dude. Like, and I did the fucking cop world, man, and it's not the same, dude. Like these guys, they really would fucking die for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel. I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming that these guys are pretty much there for a paycheck type shit.
I think a lot of them are. I think there's really great cops too. I met a lot of good ones.
But
And,
it's
you know,
not like it's
not military though, man.
Yeah.
Like there's still some fucking badass officers out there, man. And I know they're everywhere, man. But they're like far and few, man. Like, and a lot of the guys that I think are fucking badass police officers are prior military, to be honest with you. You know, like
yeah, most of them are. Yeah.
they're just really good fucking dudes. You know, I've like, and we deserve to have fucking good policemen out there fucking watching
Bet your ass.
and doing
Yeah.
their shit,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like, I got a lot of respect for fucking, you know, the Blue Lives and all that, you know, like good shit, man. But nothing will ever compare to like the brotherhood that I felt in the Marine Corps, man. Like, it's a fucking cult, man. Like, the Marine Corps is a fucking cult.
You know what's
dude.
funny about that? That I don't think a lot of people won't realize is that you do have that brotherhood toward these people, but at the same time, you'll fuck their ass up in a heartbeat if they fuck up.
But that's what makes the
You know
brotherhood.
what I mean?
I think that's what makes.
Because we've done that before. Like you talked about last night. That, you talked about you and 50 Marines flooded a fucking bar, right? And it was our bar now, son.
Yeah, we own that bitch, man.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And if they fuck up, trust me, we got them.
Yeah.
We're gonna chin check them. We're gonna make sure everything's right.
Yeah, we take care of our own. Yeah.
So I'm gonna lay one more story out. So it was me, Mullen, Belk, all my good buddies, Kelly. Actually, I think Winfield might have been there. I can't remember if he was there or not. Anyway, we're in Seattle, right? Go to this bar, and bar fight happens, right? Well, my buddy Mullen was running his mouth. He's being belligerent. He's fucking starting shit for no reason, right? So we end up getting kicked out of the bar. We're driving home back to the barracks, and Mullen will not shut the fuck up. And I want Mullen to see this because he's gonna fucking attest to this. So I'm driving my Titan. I had a Nissan Titan, same truck I have now, but it was a maroon Titan, extended cab, right? So we're driving, and Mullen just won't. He will not shut the fuck up. And Kelly's like telling him, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up," you know, and he won't. So he fucking socks him in his fucking mouth, right? Busts his shit, bleeding all over the place. He hangs out my fucking window because he's bleeding profusely from his fucking nose, right? And he's fucking blood's pouring all down the side of my truck. I get pulled over right in front of the entrance to the fucking base, right, by an MP. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" We're like, "Hey, we just left the bar. This dude's acting a fool. You know, we had to chin check him a little. Or, well, not we, but, you know, Kelly had to chin check him a little bit, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Do you know the reason why I stopped you?" And I was like, "Well, no." I mean, even though I was shit-faced drunk, right? He was like, "Well, you had blood all down the side of your truck." And then we told him that we had to chin check him at the place, and he was just like, "All right, cool, you know, go home, take him home, you know, it's all good." So, yeah, he didn't give a fuck. So I mean, you know, that's where we're getting at. The whole, you know, the military mentality is like, look, if motherfucker gets out of line, yeah, we'll chin check his ass real quick. But at the same time, if he's in trouble,
Oh yeah.
oh, you bet your ass, we're all coming running, son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
somebody's gonna get fucked up over that
that
dude.
military it's a good life. So, any closing arguments? Anything you want to fucking put out?
Arguments? No, I don't have any arguments.
Any closing thoughts, dude? Like, what's
Shit, man.
what do you think, man?
Well, I just appreciate you having me on the podcast.
Bro, it's good, man.
You know, it's great to sit with you, have a few beers, talk about, you know, bullshit, shit that I haven't talked about in years.
It's always good to catch up, man.
You know, so I don't really have a lesson. I really don't think.
I think the lesson is for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
You know, so
I hope you get your shit. Not that you're doing anything bad or anything that, but I think you've kind of discovered or realized kind of what you need to start doing to, I guess, control what you need to control. And I hope you figure out what the fuck's like causing
shit.
Yeah, dude. Like you really need to. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pray for you because I don't really pray, but I hope you find that fucking answer to that, dude. I think it's important. I think you're good people, man. Like, I would hate to fucking see you go down a fucking whiskey road, and fuck your life up.
Yeah, no, that's over with. Yeah,
Good, man.
luckily it's over with. I realized that's the last fucking thing I need on earth.
And I think me and you know what incident we're talking about that maybe was at the eye opener.
No, that wasn't.
No? Oh wow.
No.
Wow. Fuck. If that was, man, something else must.
Oh no. Yeah.
Well, I hope you figure it out, man. It's a pleasure having you on the fucking podcast, and I hope to fucking get you back on after you do some fucking soul searching.
Yeah.
See where you're at. Man.
I will, man. I'll be here.
Appreciate you coming on, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.